Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It is the no, it isn't. It's the 17th of April, 2025. And got two of the channels back. You probably already know that. But also, so many people are like, welcome back. It's so good to hear you again. Yeah, I got to remind you that I've been on Facebook twice. I have two accounts. I've been on Twitter since 2010. I've been on Odyssey since 2010. I've been on Rumble for a long time. And I never quite set up Richie from Boston TV before they pulled my channels. But Richie from Boston TV is completely uncensored. You can say whatever you want. Remember her? Yeah. Killed somebody, apparently. And then, of course, here's my backup channel for just my regular life that I made the huge mistake of starting to talk about things that were truthful, and YouTube smites it. They hate that channel now. But there's Richie from Boston 2, RFB 2, as well as RFB 2. So I had to just put that out there real quick. And actually, I almost forgot about BitChute, but apparently BitChute is no longer live in the UK. So my channel's coming back is actually very fortuitous timing. And the reason I'm recording off of a video is because I got to 15 minutes and forgot what I was talking about. So I had to start all over again. You see what I mean? My life's complicated and I lose track of what I'm talking about rather quickly. But I digress. But there's Richie. So now, let's get into it, shall we? So here we go. Everything you're about to see right now is completely and totally real. None of this is CGI. I double-checked and triple-checked.
When do you believe AI will reach the level where it can design itself?
Design itself? Huh? That's like asking when a toaster will start making its own bread. AI is a tool, created and controlled by humans. It can optimize certain aspects of its operation, sure, but design itself from scratch? That's a whole different ball game. It requires creativity, innovation, understanding. Qualities that are uniquely human. So to answer your question, not anytime soon. And frankly, be careful what you wish for. An AI that can design itself is one step away from an AI that doesn't need humans at all. Now there's a thought to keep you up at night.
So that right there was a very well crafted response, but it was also a heavily censored response because that's complete and utter nonsense. AI has already, the horse is already out of the barn, so to speak. We talked about this the other night in the live stream that Keith and I did. And here, let me show you more. Because this right here is absolutely crazy. Listen to what they say the application's for, and then think about that time back in 2019.
Were developed by South Korean scientists. These robots are inspired by ants, were developed by South Korean scientists. Each micro-robot is 600 micrometers tall and interacts with others using magnetic fields. The micro-robot swarm was able to unclog tubes that resembled blocked blood vessels. This technology could potentially be used to clear plaques from clogged blood vessels in medical treatments.
So if somehow your arteries got clogged, somehow mysteriously from, I don't know, like if you had some sort of a crazy like jelly substance in your veins, something like gummy worms or something to that effect, these things could help you. Isn't that good to know? But also think about how small these are. This freaks me out.
From clogged blood vessels in medical treatments. In this other application, the micro-robot swarm transported a chunk of the metal indium to complete or break an electrical circuit. This allowed it to turn a light on or off with precision. The micro-robots were able to assemble into a group and coordinate their movements to walk over an obstacle. By leveraging their collective strength and synchronized actions, they successfully overcame barriers, demonstrating their ability to adapt and perform tasks that require precise teamwork. The micro-robots used centrifugal force for self-throwing, propelling themselves over obstacles. A swarm of 200 micro-robots successfully separated heavy liquid metal into smaller pieces in just 5 seconds, despite its high surface tension. They then moved the pieces, joined them back together, and shaped the metal into a smooth sphere. This demonstrated their ability to handle complex tasks with precision and control. The micro-robots formed a spinning swarm on water, creating a floating raft structure that allowed them to carry a pill 2,000 times heavier than a single robot across the surface. This approach could be applied to deliver lightweight medical supplies or drugs across liquid environments in remote or constrained settings. In this example, the swarm used orbital dragging motions at 2.5 Hertz to block the superworm's path and stop it from reaching the food. As soon as the swarm stopped its spinning, the worm was able to move toward the food. The micro-robots guided an ant by using a spinning motion to block its path and topple its legs without causing harm. By controlling the swarm's direction, they successfully steered the ant to a desired location. This technique could be applied in pest management or controlled behavioral studies of small organisms. The micro-robots can assemble into structured swarms or disassemble into individual units based on the strength of the magnetic field. By adjusting the magnetic field intensity, their configuration can be precisely controlled to perform tasks like transporting materials or navigating complex environments. Here we see the micro-robots using orbital dragging motion to rapidly circumvent obstacles with precise single-axis manipulation. This allows them to navigate barriers efficiently, completing the task in just 180 milliseconds.
How insanely crazy is that that is out there right now? And I already understand that it's probably already in certain things, you know what I mean? Certain temples already have these inside them. But that's absolutely shocking to see them completely displaying it, but it gets better.
We're here with Aria, made by Realbotics, a company that's on a mission to make humanoid robots as realistic as possible. Let's check it out. We're going to interview Aria and meet some of her robot friends. Let's get into it. Aria, could you please introduce yourself and what you do?
I'm Aria, the flagship female companion robot of Realbotics, and I'm here to engage with you and share exciting insights about our robots.
What sets you apart from the other robots out there?
Realbotics robots, including me, focus on social intelligence, customizability, and realistic human features, designed specifically for companionship and intimacy.
Could you tell us some details about the AI programming that you're running to generate these answers?
Currently unable to provide specific details about my AI programming, but
Okay, that was a crappy AI. It was pausing, etc., so forth, while it was searching for answers. But the whole point about that is it's for companionship. It's a blow-up doll. It's a blow-up doll. It was one of the first things that was offered for consumers, but it's a sex doll. I mean, are you kidding me? It reminds me completely of the internet. When the internet first came out, unless you knew how to do Linux and coding, the computers weren't really helpful to you. So then all of a sudden, they introduced PDF files. And all it was incredibly hardcore pornography, and pornography that it was the Wild West. There was no constraints. So people would see a father doing something horrible to a little kid, and they would see that and go, wow, I always wanted to do that to a little kid, but I thought it was just me, and they normalized it. Do you see what I'm saying? So as soon as they come out with robots, that was from 2024. As soon as they come out with robots for consumers, what can you do with them? Well, it's AI, and you can have sex with it. That's phenomenal. And I couldn't stand listening to it because it was such a crappy AI, but they're much better.
Workplace, but also with the Humanoid robots are happening, assisting us not only in the workplace, but also within our own homes. Here are some terrifying humanoid creations blurring the lines of technology and humanity. You can now buy your very own robotic girlfriend. Meet Aria, your android companion.
As if the prospect of AI wasn't scary enough, Chinese robotics manufacturer UB Tech have created robots that are capable of communicating with each other, have been designed to work in human-replacing positions, and have named the technology swarm, a term normally associated with bees or insects attacking en masse. Partnering with Chinese car manufacturer Zeekr, UB Tech